What if one Netflix list could take you into magic, monsters, dark fantasy worlds, and epic sci-fi battles? Welcome to Cinematic 7. Today I've picked the top 7 best sci-fi fantasy movies you must watch right now on Netflix. From dark fantasy and magic to action-packed sci-fi adventures, classic tales to modern fantasy worlds, there is something special for each fantasy lover, so stay till the end. If you love movies like this, subscribe now and join the Cinematic 7 family. Let's dive in. Number 7. Hellboy.
Why do you fight for those who hate and fear you?
What if the hero meant to save the world is also destined to destroy it? That's the dark mystery behind Hellboy. This 2019 reboot brings brutal action, horror, and fantasy together, directed by Neil Marshall and based on Dark Horse Comics. The story follows Hellboy, a demon raised by humans, as he hunts ancient monsters and uncovers shocking secrets about his own origin. When an evil blood queen rises again, Hellboy must choose between his destiny and his humanity. This movie stands out for its dark fantasy action, packed with monsters, magic, and non-stop chaos. Number 6. Nightbooks.
Is there any reason I should let you live?
What if your scary stories were the only thing keeping you alive? Nightbooks is a 2021 dark fantasy movie that turns bedtime tales into a deadly game. Directed by David Yarovesky, this film mixes magic, mystery, and suspense. The story follows Alex, a boy who loves writing scary stories, but gets trapped by a witch who forces him to tell a new horror story every night to survive. With the help of another trapped girl, he searches for a way out of the magical apartment. This movie blends fantasy, horror, and adventure, making it creepy yet emotional and perfect for dark fantasy fans on Netflix. Number 5. The School for Good and Evil.
What if we've been dropped in the wrong school? You don't understand! I'm supposed to be a princess!
What if fairy tales weren't as simple as good wins and evil loses? The School for Good and Evil pulls you into a magical world where destinies are tested. Directed by Paul Feig, this 2022 fantasy film flips classic fairy tale rules. The story follows best friends Sophie and Agatha, who are taken to a legendary school that trains heroes and villains, but they land in the wrong places. As magic, love, and betrayal collide, their friendship is pushed to the limit. This movie blends fantasy, adventure, and sci-fi elements, making it a colorful, magical ride full of twists and surprising emotions on Netflix. Number 4. Van Helsing.
He's the first one to kill a vampire in over 100 years. I'd say that sent him a drink.
What if all legendary monsters existed in one dark, dangerous world? Van Helsing throws you straight into a gothic action fantasy full of vampires, werewolves, and secrets. Directed by Stephen Sommers, this 2004 fantasy movie blends horror with non-stop action. The story follows Gabriel Van Helsing, a fearless monster hunter with no memory of his past, sent to Transylvania to stop Count Dracula. As he fights deadly creatures and uncovers ancient curses, he also discovers shocking truths about himself. With action, fantasy, horror, and adventure mixed together, Van Helsing delivers epic battles, dark magic, and classic monster mythology in one thrilling ride. Number 3. Bright.
I'm a warrior, a priestess, a lover.
What if magic, elves, and orcs lived in modern Los Angeles? Bright drops you into a gritty world where fantasy collides with street-level action. Directed by David Ayer, this 2017 urban fantasy movie feels like a cop thriller with a magical twist. The story follows two unlikely partners, a human cop and the first-ever orc police officer, thrown into a deadly chase after discovering a powerful magic wand. As gangs, elves, and secret forces hunt them, trust becomes their only weapon. Blending action, fantasy, and crime, Bright stands out with its bold world-building, intense chases, and a fresh take on modern-day magic. Number 2. Warcraft.
Something is coming. I can feel it.
What happens when two powerful worlds collide? Warcraft pulls you into an epic battle between humans and orcs like never before. Directed by Duncan Jones, this 2016 fantasy action movie brings the legendary game universe to life on screen. As the orc world is destroyed by dark magic, the Horde enters the human land of Azeroth, starting a massive war. Heroes rise on both sides, facing betrayal, sacrifice, and impossible choices. With grand battles, rich fantasy lore, and powerful magic, Warcraft is a must-watch for fans of epic action-adventure and high fantasy worlds on Netflix. Number 1. Damsel.
Long line of women who have helped to build this kingdom.
What if a fairy tale wedding turns into a deadly trap? Damsel flips the classic princess story in a dark and thrilling way. Directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, this 2024 fantasy movie delivers suspense, mystery, and survival. Elodie agrees to a royal marriage to save her people, but soon discovers she has been chosen as a sacrifice to a terrifying dragon. Trapped in the mountains, she must rely on courage and intelligence to survive and fight back. With dark fantasy vibes, strong female lead energy, and intense dragon action, Damsel is a gripping action-adventure you shouldn't miss on Netflix. And that wraps up our top 7 best sci-fi fantasy movies on Netflix. From dark fantasy and magic to epic action and sci-fi worlds, this list had something for every fan. Tell me in the comments which movie was your favorite and which one you'll watch tonight. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to Cinematic 7 for more amazing movie lists. See you in the next cinematic adventure.